I'm so excited. So yay, woo!
I think everyone is going to like this a lot better. The green sheets were so much tabbing and weird stuff, and this is so clean and easy to read, and it'll be tracking royalty and commissions as you fill out green sheets, so you'll have more of a live data aspect as we start to use this more. And it's going to be great for you guys, and then it's going to even give the market center more data to collect. So I think it'll be a huge opportunity for all of us. So, okay, it's 1:32. I'm going to go ahead and get started. So everybody, you can see my screen, right? Okay, so I'm going to start here. So this is just a general listing opportunity. You see here, the commissions is grayed out like you've seen before. If you hover over this I, it'll tell you that you'll be able to view your commission when you have an accepted offer. Now, Lindsay does a really great training on how to make this feature really work for you and your clients. So I highly recommend you take that training. I'm not going to walk through all of offers right now. I'm just going to show you how, when I have an offer filled out, I'm just going to click accept, and then that commissions tab is no longer grayed out. So we'll go over here to commissions. One of the things that we've noticed is some of the data doesn't sort of proliferate across all the different pieces, the details and the documents and offers. So you'll want to fill out that contract date right there. So you just click on edit, you fill in the contract date, and you keep rolling. So like so much of opportunities, this is really, really very clean. And so you see right here, let me see if I can, normally on green sheets, it didn't tell you until you were done what was missing. And so now it tells you ahead of time. So we're going to go ahead, since this is a listing, right now you can see from that offers tab, it pulls in the gross commission income. It shows you your approximate royalty payment, your approximate company commission payment, and it gives you a net to agent. And it's all really clean and easy to read. And these will get updated as you add data to them. So I'm going to click add, edit, or edit agent payment. Here is where you would adjust the units. And then you click calculate commission. But for the sake of progress, we're just going to keep it at 1. Anytime you want to change that, you're going to click calculate commission. So let's say we're going to go ahead and we're going to add the $295 bonus that we're charging our seller. So we'll click add item. It gives you a couple of different options here. So we're going to click bonus $295. We're going to go split with market center, and we'll click add. So now in the bonus section, there's that $295, and that'll get added to your net. So then we're going to go and we're going to add the BAC fee, which is the fee that the market center charges to you on all listings. That pays for Kimmy to review all of our many, many files. We're going to go through and we're going to select, oh, nope, wrong item. Deduction. So we're going to click $295. We're going to describe it as BAC. We're going to go pay to KW. Anything with a red star here, we have to fill in. So you're going to get to know the phone number here really well. We'll click add, and then we'll click save changes. So now we see that bonus that we're charging our seller here. And then down here, it shows us that BAC fee, and it's deducting that from our total. So now if we go over here, the summary is basically a recap of all that information that we've entered here. And so what does it say? We're missing our listing. So that's going to ask us to go and go to the KWLS. We're just going to pick any old listing. We'll select that. So now I'm able to submit. So one thing to note about commissions, one thing that was really nice about green sheets is that when we had filled out the green sheet, we were able to edit it at any time until the MCA's office had accepted your green sheet and shipped it over to the commission processing program. That's no longer true. So now once you click submit, if you need to make a major adjustment, like say you forgot a referral, or you found out that you have another agent, you know, you're on a team, you thought you were by yourself and actually you need to add someone else. So you would need to contact the MCA's office and let us know, and we can release it as long as it's been, and it hasn't been approved yet. Once it's been approved, for now, we'll have to use a green sheet in its place if we've already shipped it over to the commission processing program. So I'm sure this will be part of an update at some point, but that's the situation. So, oh, I'm sorry. Did you have a question, Jamie?
Here.
No? Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click submit. I don't know if you guys remember with green sheets before, it sort of auto populated this. Now it's going to ask you, yes, I do want to select $10 to pay to KW Cares, or no, not at this time. And then we'll click apply. And now your commission is under review by your MCA. So that's a listing. And I'll walk through a listing and a buy, and then you guys can ask me questions. So here I've got a basic buyer. I've been asked in this offer to select a property. So that's already in there because obviously we have to go into the KWLS and select what we're making an offer on. So we'll accept that. We'll go over to commissions. Now this is opened up. So let's say on this deal, hold on, we have an internal referral. So I'm going to have 0.75%. I'm going to calculate this commission. And then I'm going to add another agent. So that automatically fills out that 0.25. It's going over to our very favorite other MCA, Emily Vandenbogard. And it'll automatically calculate her commission. We're going to save changes. And now the only information that's missing here is the contract date. So that's really simple. One thing that you're going to notice about these is that with green sheets, the listing agent always did it for both. If we had an internal deal, that's no longer the case, and we'll be processing these separately. So if we had a KW agent on the list side and the buy side, and these were the same transaction, you would each fill out your own opportunity because they're not interconnected in any way. So that's a listing and offer. Does anyone have any questions right now?
About how long is it taking, when you say once it's been accepted by you, about how long is that going to take so it's fixed, and then we'd have to reach out to you to add a referral?
Oh, you wanted to make an adjustment? It's really easy. You just let us know. We would go in, we would release it, and then you would be able to make an edit.
But how long are you envisaging it being between once we've submitted it and it's fixed so that you'd have to release it? About how long would that be?
I guess I'm not understanding your question. Like in terms of a timeline?
Yeah.
Are you asking how long between you notifying us that you need to make an adjustment and us opening it up again? Or
no, you were saying that it's easy. There were two stages, that once you'd accepted it.
That was with green sheets. So with green sheets, you could always edit before the green sheet had been accepted.
Yeah.
Now, as soon as you click submit, if you need to make an adjustment, you'll have to let us know and we'll release it.
Right. But then you said if once you've released it, if it's gone too far and it's been accepted, then we'd have to, at the moment, we'd have to replace it with a green sheet.
Oh, yeah.
So how long is that window?
It depends on, it would basically what you would say is you talk to us, let us know you need to make an adjustment. We'll get back to you whether or not you can make the adjustment or if you need to have a green sheet.
Okay.
And then we'll move forward from there. Basically, it's just communication between our offices.
Okay. So green sheets are sticking around then for a wee while as a backup anyway.
For absolutely. Because we're giving a long lead time on this, so it's always a backup option. If you're not feeling confident in commissions, we'll always accept a green sheet at the 11th hour. If you have an accepted offer and you got to get it done today, or it's about to close and you didn't do a commission, it's always possible. It's just a matter of communicating with our office.
Okie dokie. All right. Thank you.
Sure.
Jen?
Yeah.
I've been using transaction coordinators like Renee and her team.
Mm-hmm.
Will they be entering this information as
Yes, ma'am, they sure will be. And I'll be reaching out to the focus people individually to walk them through this as well.
Perfect.
So that, it's its own deduction. You would go under agent payment and your transaction coordinator would be doing this. It would be add an item, deduction. We'll do $4.95. That would be. And you just do that. So it's super easy and you wouldn't have to worry about it then. Perfect. And as long as they have access to your opportunity, they have access to this.
Got it. And then one more question. In the past, I've always been able to do like a quick calculation in my head or whatever. If it's on this list side and it's 3.6% commission, I've done like a multiplier that's kind of padded everything for KW contributions and transaction management or whatever. Do you have a roundabout? And I know that it would just be general idea until everything's actually calculated.
Yeah. So
0.66.
I'm sorry. Say it one more time, Carla. I couldn't hear the end of that.
So like if I took a listing $300,000 and it was 3.6% commission, and I know there's going to be deductions, A, going towards the capping, and B, for any transaction management. I'm wondering if there's like an approximate calculation.
Oh yeah, there was on the green sheets in there. That's what I was saying. So from your offer, it will calculate your agent gross commission. As you see here, the agent royalty. It'll calculate that. It'll calculate your company commission. If there were a $295 fee, it would deduct that. If there was a bonus up here, it would add that.
Perfect.
So I'll do that real quick, like I did before. So we're gonna do it again. We'll add a bonus. We'll say we're charging $4.95. We're gonna split it with the market center. We'll add that. And then we'll do the transaction management. We'll add an item. We'll do a deduction, and I'll run through a referral in just one moment, an external referral. Internal referrals, as always with green sheets, we'll handle with units, but we'll go ahead, we'll add that. We'll do transaction management. And it's making me fill this out, so.
Sorry.
Means we have to do it.
I still think I probably didn't describe it correctly. So I would simply take, like if I was just doing it on my phone, quick, like 300,000 times 3.6% commission, then I would sometimes use just a simple multiplier of 0.7. And that would give me an approximate idea of like 7,500 gross commission.
Yes.
Okay. So 0.7 is a good roundabout.
Roundabout, it'll include your, if you're paying your company cap, it will not do your 6% royalty.
Okay.
So if you wanted to, it's a good round number, a real basic thing. So like I said, under the payment breakdown right here, it shows you, it takes the gross commission as a percentage of your sale price based on what you put in in your offers in the beginning of your opportunity, and it'll tell you how much that gross commission is, and it'll give you a net to agent, subtracting your company commission and your associate royalty, which
Okay.
are right here. Does that make sense?
Yep, it does. And it went kind of like we said from about, well, here it's 14,000 and then it ended up netting 7,000, I think, if I remembered the bottom line there.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So let's walk through real quickly. And if nobody has any additional questions, do you feel confident in that? If you want to talk offline about it, that's fine.
No, that's good. Makes sense.
Sure. So I'll walk over here. And I'll do
A question in the chat box about adding deductions and bonuses as needed, or if there is a max limit.
There is not a maximum. So that's entirely up to you. There's no like, you can't do that 2,000, 3,000. I mean, I don't know what you would do. Let me see who's chatting that.
Kayla.
Oh, Kayla. Yeah. I mean, normally the deduction we're like, a normal bonus is not much higher than $695. A normal deduction is not much more than $495. And if we're going to the top end of transaction management, but there isn't a limit on it. So let's real quickly, if we want, walk through external referral. So we've got our agent payment. We're going to go ahead and edit agent payment. We'll scroll down to extra payment options. We're going to choose type outside referral. We'll add our referral percentage. And all this information you're going to get from your other brokerages W-9, which you need in order to pay the referral anyway. So we're going to do so we'll click add, and that'll deduct that referral. That'll show up right there in your agent breakdown. And that's really easy, even easier than the old referral was.
So if we have several agents on each green sheet, we have to input, and there's a referral, we have to input that referral information for each agent?
Well, are you talking about adding your team members, or are you talking about?
If we add team members, yeah, but then if the referral that each of them are paying.
Oh, that's interesting. So let's experiment with that real quick. So I'll go ahead and I will edit agent payment. And it's really nice when we need to delete something. Let's see if I can find that. If I go, I have to actually go. Let's not do that. So we'll edit agent payment. So we have a referral on here already. I'm going to say I have 0.3 units. I'm going to anytime we want to recalculate that commission, it does it automatically. We just click this calculate commission button. So let's say I'm 0.3. We'll add another agent, and we'll do, let's say you've got 0.4. We'll calculate that commission. We'll save changes. Let's see if that does that, because I haven't actually done that yet. Nope. We'll add another agent. And let's do Carla. So now that'll show up here. Oh, we didn't add that. So let's Yes, that last 0.3. Oh. So now, since I didn't recalculate Carla's when I added, it tells me over here, and I love this, guys, that we find out what our errors are before we click submit. So now we'll go over to Carla, edit, recalculate, save changes. So now let's see. Right now we've got an outside referral on my commission. Does it proliferate? It does not. So it looks like I will need to add that referral to each individual agent. So we'll edit. Four, six. So yeah, we do have to add that to each individual agent. That, I guess, was the only nice thing about green sheets, is you could do that across the board.
And then does it keep track of where you're at to capping dollars?
It does. So once this saves, because I don't have like a whole bunch of historical information added, since I'm not an agent, it won't show it as because I've just, you know, entered a bunch of fake transactions. But as you add opportunities that close out and are processed through the system, it will add to that cap, royalty, and a company dollar cap tracking. So there'll be live cap tracking using this,
Perfect.
which is very cool.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were splitting the commission between your rainmaker and an agent on the team, and then they were splitting the 295 BAC, you'd
Yeah.
you'd have to split that under each agent.
Yep.
And then if it was a listing side and you were collecting 595, you'd split that also between the two agents.
Yeah. And
Okay.
add that as a bonus. So when you go, once this saves, because apparently we're not wanting to save here, but when we go to edit agent payment and we go to extra payment options and we want to add a bonus. So what is that? 595. Is 295.50 or 97.50. So you just add that there and add to each, just like you would have in green sheets. So now I've got that bonus there. I'll edit agent payment and add the other half of that to Carla. So now that shows up on both of them. And the same is true for the 295 BAC fee. So if they're splitting it, you would go down to deduction. You would add 147.5. And you do the same for the other agent. So here it'll show as the 297.50 bonus, the 147.50 additional deduction for that. And we would go down to Carla and do the same, and it would show here. And it's very easy to read, a lot easier, I think, than the green sheets was. So you're doing each individual person rather than doing a side by side. And then If I move this over here, you can see in the summary. So we can go ahead and click submit if we want. Does anyone want me to walk through anything else? We're going to keep doing this, and I'll be visiting with all the teams, and we'll walk through this individually, so you can ask me any questions now that you've seen me do it live. There isn't a ton of there's, you know, no real weird stuff. It's pretty easy and straightforward. And like I said, I think it's much easier to read. And Carla, to your point, here's that cap tracking right here. And once you follow a transaction all the way to close, that one, and that payment has been extracted from the agent, it'll show up here and be added to with each transaction. Are there any other questions? I haven't seen anything in the chat. Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, yeah. Well, folks, if no one has any other burning questions, I can let you all off the call, and we can do this again after you've played with it.
Thank you, Jen.
You're so very welcome. I'll talk with you, Bev, and Peggy next week.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks so much.
Jamie.
Thanks, Jen.